everyone, friends and neighbors. Glad you could join me. Well, Bob was going to sit down on this one, but he's decided to get up and move. I don't know why. Anyway, sorry this is so late. My apologies. As it turns out, I had taken my tablet, which I normally use for the alarm, and I didn't turn on the alarm. So I slept in far, far later than I wanted to, and because of that, well, yeah, I wasn't even able to, I didn't have enough time to have morning tea, didn't have time for breakfast, didn't have time to even do the high notes videos that I'm used to doing every morning now. So for all those who were hoping for that new video right away, my apologies. But since this is a weekend reading, this is good for today, tomorrow, and the day after. So this one's good till Monday. So best video to be a little late, and of course, better late than never. Also, speaking of high notes, Moots and I will be streaming live, doing simultaneous card pulls. We did this once before, and the results were, even though we got different cards, we were coming to the same conclusions, the same messages. Same or similar, shall I say. They were a lot of fun. We have done this before, but not on live video. Now we had done it on live video once, just between ourselves. Now we're going to be doing it in front of all of you. I am not nervous in the least. I am amped. I'm excited. I can't wait to see you there. I hope you will be there. So, all you got to do is grab the app High Notes. I will add a link in the description below. You can look that up on Android, Google Play, or the Apple App Store, I think it is. I don't know. I don't use Apple. I've only ever had 2 iPhones, and let me tell you something. They both kind of went south on me. I did enjoy them, but they both went south on me. I don't know why. Anyway. Ended up going back to Android, never looked back. Anyway. So this high notes thing on Sunday should be pretty fun. You will be meeting at least one half of the Society of Celestial Intuitives. Hopefully Brian and Witcharoo will be joining us. At least I hope so. That would be a lot of fun if all 4 of us could be there. And then you could also see their skills as well. You'll see why they were selected to be part of the founding 4. On top of really just enjoying their company, which I do, which is why I check out their videos daily, if I can. Sometimes it's on my break at work. I highly recommend you check them out too. You can check out Fixed Air Moon and also the Rune Workshop. In case I've never mentioned it before, the Rune Workshop, Witcharoo, she actually created the Runes of the Gods Oracle cards, which we're going to be using right there in that space. Also, I am using the Viking Oracle, the Spirit Animal Oracle, the Starseed Oracle, and Radiant Rider-Waite today. I try to change these decks up as much as possible, but sometimes, I don't know, it's just whatever I'm guided to use. So if you start seeing me use a certain deck 2-3 readings in a row, it's just that they have a very important message to send. And sometimes these decks are like the bunch of kids in class who all know the answer. Ooh, pick me, you know. That can happen too. But I do have some new decks. I do. And I'll give you another reason to be there on High Notes. That's Hinotes, by the way. Another reason to be on High Notes is I will be talking about a deck I do not recommend, and no, it's not the Hermetic Tarot. It's not going to be that at all. It will be a deck that I purchased, exchanged, and ended up exchanging again for something completely different. It was a bad experience with this particular deck. I actually didn't even get to use it. Let's put it that way. And I will talk about that a little bit, probably before we start doing the card pulls. Mainly because I kind of want everyone to get in, get a little moment to sort of relax and unwind, kind of shake the week, shake that week energy off, and then get ready to explore a little bit. By the way, I did not get to see the lunar eclipse. It was raining. I was a little upset about that. But never mind that. Let's get down to the reading, shall we? My goodness, I'm all amped up. We are on Friday night for Eastern Time US. And we're starting with a significator again. Odin shows up. Not one, maybe just 2 days removed from Wednesday, his day. He showed up again. Are we trying to be as wise as he is? Are we wandering? What are we doing this weekend? That's what I'm really wondering with that card. Because really, right now, the Allfather needs a context. And so who is it that's guiding? None other than Vegvisir. Trying to find our direction. Possibly even trying to guide others with our wisdom. With Odin being in the significator card, I am seeing that, especially with Vegvisir popping up, giving it a little bit of a context there. I can see where we're trying to guide others. Where we're trying to, sort of make sense of some things for other people. And if you're here, it's because you are following the advice, whether you show up one day a week, whether you show up every day of the week, it doesn't matter. If you can't catch every video, you can't catch every video. But they're there and you can always go back. You can always go back and take a lesson from that video Wednesday. I still think Thursday was a very important lesson for all of us. And quite a few people watched that too. So anyway, spirit animal, crow spirit. So we are co-creating with our spirit, whatever that looks like to you, whatever it is that's guiding you, whatever it is that's directing you. It's directing you so that you can direct someone else. And there's still nothing wrong with that. Go with it. Okay, so for the mind, we have the Empress, which is that nurturing and caring energy going on. I do love the Empress card which pops up. We've got a Seven of Cups, so we have some pretty difficult choices ahead of us, but we always know what the right choice is. We know where it stands. We know what choices are going to be there for us. We know what the bad ones are when we see them. We know that some of them are immediate gratification, some are gratification in the long term, but we may have to grind to get to them. But we also know what the right choices are. We know them because we've seen them before. We've been there before. I wouldn't be surprised if Perthrow pops up today. We also have a Two of Cups, which is that, I know I usually call this the soulmate card, but this time I'm seeing emotional choices. We're making choices that are right for not just ourselves, but our partners. We have a lot to think about, and we have to do what is right for those we love this time, right? We have to make that difficult decision. We might have to make a sacrifice or two here or there. I mean, Odin did sacrifice an eye for a drink from the well of Mimir. He stuck himself in the side with his own spear pierced very deeply, and hung himself from Yggdrasil just to find the runes, which gave him great power. Those are two things that he got: great power, great wisdom. All right, now in the realm of the physical, the body, got a 6 of Wands. We are celebrating some serious victory today. Make a milestone on that diet. Did you resist that temptation today? Wheel of Fortune, if you've been suffering some bad luck, it's about to start turning around. And this is in your physical. Now, this could mean anything at this point. This could mean a windfall of money. In fact, if this card turns out to be pentacles or coins, however you want to view it, I wouldn't doubt that it's a financial situation. It is not. It is the Fool. You've been looking for a new adventure, haven't you? And guess what? Right now, when you're starting out the winter, this is almost like you're vacating the title, right? You're vacating the title because you want to start something new. You're leaving, okay, you were good at that one thing, but now you're going to roll that dice. You're going to take some serious chance, and you're taking that Wheel of Fortune. That's what I see in this section right here. So it isn't necessarily a linear read. It's more of, you know, okay, I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, but I'm really looking forward to a new challenge. And you're definitely approaching with that beginner mindset, but you're not waiting for this to turn your fortune around. You're turning it around. That is a wonderful thing. I cannot think of something better. Now let's look at the Spirit and see how that's doing. King of Pentacles, right? Very much in charge of your wealth, your finances, but for something so grounded to pop up, you know, instead, I was kind of hoping that would pop up here and, you know, reverse these two, but they seem to be pointing at each other. Having that control, you can have that control, and you can also have that opulence. It's not that big of a leap. We also have a Knight of Pentacles. So very stationary, very slow, very thoughtful moving action. And then finally, we have a 3 of Wands, right? So it seems like things spiritually are kind of progressing very slowly for us. And I can't help but wonder, what are these horizons that we're looking at? Because if you look for just a second, right here, you go from King to Knight to this simple man in robes, right? You go from Victor to not really caring whether or not you're being heralded by, you know, tons of wands around or anything like that. You go from nurturing all to making very difficult choices so that you can, so that you have a better unity with your family. And that 3 of Wands, looks more like collaboration to me. And collaboration is a great thing to do, because if you're not in constant competition with someone, you can always learn something from someone. And when you learn something, you tend to come away with a little more than if you were just competing. Sometimes in competition, failure can be a great teacher as well. But those 3 wands, those 3 staffs are planted in the ground. And that figure here, he's very calm. He's very stately, though, right? He's looking out at those ships on the water. I think those are his ships. But this is that strength, enterprise, effort, trade, discovery. And those are his ships bearing his merchandise, which are sailing out. And then on top of that, you got that Knight of Pentacles, which I've stated is very slow moving energy. This is someone he's very slow, but there's an endurance. And he's very responsible. You can see him holding that pentacle coin. That horse is barely moving because he's very, very careful about his moves. He's very calculated. So in your spiritual sense, you start out very wealthy, right? That's what this is. This is very wealthy, but it's also very controlled. You still have more of that control here in that Knight of Wands, but then you learn how to properly use it with this Three of Wands. This is collaboration, because in order for him to have ships bearing his merchandise out to sea, he had to work with others to do that. And so do you. Okay? You got a message. Spread the thing. So let's see what happens with the Starseed Oracle. We have karmic relationships. Now, this is where we're right here in that mental, we're making some difficult choices. One of those difficult choices could be to cut someone out of your life, especially if they come bearing bad karma and they're just toxic. There may be some, and dare I say it, there's some polarity in there. I can definitely see polarity. So there could be there's probably someone in your life right now who's your polar opposite in every way. My question is, why would they be hanging around you unless there was something you could give them or do for them? And watch out, because I think they'll take advantage of it. Star bathing. Buddy, you need to activate. You need to meditate. Get a good look. Go ahead. Those stars are raining down on you. You can do this at any time. You know what? If you purchase Rebecca Campbell's book, Letters to a Starseed, she actually has a star bathing or star shower meditation. It's one of my favorites. And let me tell you something. If you got a little piece of moldavite that you can hang on to with you, yeah, it's going to feel pretty intense. If you don't know what moldavite is, look it up. And finally, here you go. Right there. So it's time to loosen your grip up. It's time for all of us to kind of just loosen that grip, right? All those coping mechanisms that we have. We may have, and you know what? Here's the thing. Addiction is a hell of a coping mechanism. I like to call it copium. The only thing worse than hopium is copium. At least with hopium, you have something to look forward to. You will probably be disappointed, and in that you will say, okay, no more. But when it's copium, you will make every excuse why the thing that did not happen just happened to be true. Vanilla rooibos tea is one of my biggest coping mechanisms, but let me tell you, the taste is so good. Alright, let's go to the runes. We have Hagalars. So we do have some disruption coming. We have a warning though. Things are going to change. But we also have Uruz, which is that strength, that courage, leading to our freedom. And finally, T-Boz, again, that justice, leadership, and victory. So, let me tell you what I'm seeing here, because Odin is there. We have a crow there as well. By the way, crows and ravens, same family, two completely different birds. The thing is, you can't really tell one from the other. I will tell you how you tell one from the other. One is very hostile to humans. That would be the crow. The raven, on the other hand, is not. The raven is very amiable to humans. They love humans. They will fly and rest on their shoulder as they walk. See, some people, they see a raven and they're thinking, oh my gosh, bad luck. A person like me sees a raven and says, Odin is with me. So what do you say when you see one? I know some of you are thinking, no, Raven, you've got to be mistaken. They used crows in The Crow, and Brandon Lee did okay. Well, no they didn't. They used a raven by the name of Magic, and the reason they used a raven was because they could easily wrangle a raven. And no one in the audience could tell the difference. And no one did. And don't you find it odd that Brandon Lee quoted the raven in that movie, which was wildly inappropriate considering it was supposed to be a crow? It's vanilla rooibos tea. I'm not actually having any black tea. I plan on getting to bed tonight. I gotta work this weekend. And I wanted to let you know that Thursday's video may be a little late. I have an appointment with a doctor. No, nothing's wrong with me. I just have a few areas of concern that I need to discuss with my doctor and then see where we go from there. So, yes, Thursday may be a little late. Same with the high notes. That might be a little late as well. I really didn't want to leave you in the dark, even though sometimes that can happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a job. What can I tell you? Anyway, to sum up, those difficult choices are probably going to involve people. You're probably going to have to cut very toxic people out of your life. Also, there's nothing wrong with vacating your title as champion and seeking a new adventure. Yes, that conflict will come up, but you can endure it with strength. And it's okay to dethrone yourself a bit, if you will. In fact, Odin did it quite often. He completely dethroned himself to walk among us, and to both gain wisdom and impart it at the same time. Because his direction was saving himself. And by saving himself, he would have saved everything else as well. But the Witcharoo gods, they are the forces of entropy. And even though we face entropy, we face it with courage. That is our direction. But we also build new lives out of the old when we work hand in hand in cooperation and in collaboration with our spirit and each other. There we find renewal. We've seen this happen today. This will happen again. This justice is restorative. Remember those words and carry them with you. This is our direction. Hail the gods. Hail Odin. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for having your cup of tea with me. Thank you for putting up with my bullcrap for this weekend's reading, and I apologize so much for bringing it to you late, but I did want to bring it to you. Take care of yourselves and each other. I love you all. Always do what lights you up. And as always, my friends, shine on. Started doing a little card cleanup. I suppose I kind of owe you a little bit of a bonus scene at least. No, I'm not going to spoil which deck I don't recommend. You will have to tune into Hangouts to see that, because we are going to talk about it, and that's Sunday night. Probably about 7:30 or 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's going to go down like that because I'm going to want to come home. I want to throw a little food down my throat. And generally just kind of unwind. Woo! That one wanted to come out. Cosmic Heart. How about a little bonus card? What does this one say? Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. I do love this card for those last few words alone. Make your life a moving prayer. That is powerful stuff. And if you notice, she's starbathing. It's like she's in a star shower, just washing all that care away, right? Washing all those troubles away. Yep, there we go. We just talked about starbathing. Let's pair these two cards together. Let's do it. How about it? Starbathing. Cosmic Heart. There you go. She's activating in a very, very big way. Right? We could do that too. You and me. You and I. However you want to say it. I know there's some grammar Nazis out there that are about to come in. Jawohl, jawohl. Not ending your phrases in a preposition, please. Ja, ja. Alright, there we go. There we go. Right there. You know, Odin doesn't come out of those cards much. In fact, Freya comes out the most. Thor comes out next. I think Loki's ever only come out once. Fenrir's come out a few times. But Odin never really comes out all that much. Not unless he has something very, very powerful to say. And it is my sincerest belief that Odin was with one of his warriors today. Some of you are going to instantly jump to conclusions and think you know what I'm talking about. Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe you disagree with me, maybe you agree with me. I don't know. But in my sincerely held belief, I think he was with that warrior today. I think he was with many of his warriors today. There's an old saying, fortune favors the bold. And no doubt there are many who are becoming bolder and bolder by the day. And they're standing up and they're saying, we will not take this. We will not allow it to continue. We will have streets that are safe for our for us and our children to walk down. We will see to our own safety. Thank you very much. We will see to our own security. Thank you very much. And I personally see nothing wrong with that. In fact, I'm all in favor of it. I know that may upset some people, that may disturb some people, and that's fine. Because I can't control how you react or respond to anything I have to say here. That's why the things I say and the messages that I deliver, that's all I'm doing is just delivering messages. But what's happening now is my own thoughts and opinions are surfacing here. Whatever it is that's said on this channel, if it upsets or offends you, well, that's not my problem. That's yours. You deal with that however you want. You don't have to agree with me. You really don't. But it is what it is. And I'm good with that. Even if you're not. Some things I may be not so okay with, even if you are. Let me tell you something. I personally think the jury ruled properly today in the Rittenhouse case, so let's talk about that a little bit. I think they ruled properly. I think Othen was definitely with that kid. Look at how incompetently the prosecution acted. It was like something out of Police Squad. It was like watching Keystone Cops. It was like Binger was trying to lose that case. Well, Binger, mission accomplished, bud. And to the jury, I applaud you. I thank you for your service today. You know, I thank just about every juror for their service, no matter what case they're working on, or why they were chosen. I know it's inconvenient. I know it's a big old pain in the ass. But at the end of the day, if you're chosen, or should I say selected, to be on a jury, what you do matters. And I thank all of them for taking that oath and fulfilling it to the letter. I expected nothing less. Those are just my thoughts. Anyway, if you're having any trouble with that, may I suggest some meditation, a star shower, a pillar of light, an earth pulsing meditation, or whatever your favorite meditation is. Getting on your knees, praying to your God. It doesn't matter. Even if you don't have a problem with what I'm saying, do the meditation anyway. Release all those feelings of guilt, doubt, shame, because they do not belong to you, and they never will. You'll find it easier to light up. You'll find it easier to light the way for others. Anyway, I gotta get this thing in the can. I gotta get another cup of tea. And Bub's gonna bug me and try to knock shit over, so I gotta get all this done. Don't know if I'm gonna do any high notes stuff tonight. Don't know if I will. Thank you for joining me on Full Scale Friday. Whether you agree with me or not, still love you. I still want you to take care of yourselves and each other. I still want you to do what lights you up. And I still want you to shine on. Have a great night, everyone. Have a great weekend. Have some fun. Get those toxic people out of your life. Make those sacrifices. Go seek your victory.